rains in this part of the country. I'm sure you had some discomfort, but it's all part of life. And I also hope that by now you are in the process of settling down, or some of you have already settled down. There have been some changes because heavy rains has disrupted the schedule of some of the speakers. Shri Ellen Gupta ji, who is a member technical of NCLT, he is scheduled to interact with you at 3 p.m. today, instead of interacting with you now. And Mr. Abhisar Devanji, who is the course coordinator, he is just on a call with the Reserve Bank of India. He'll just be joining us in 15 minutes' time. And Mr. Suman Batra is part of various states, is badly locked. He is not in a position to come out of his house, and therefore he has asked for his apologies. We'll have ample of opportunities to hear Mr. Suman Batra and other legends also in the space of insolvency and bankruptcy. My name is K.L. Dhingra. I am at the Center for Insolvency and Bankruptcy, and on day-to-day basis, I'll be interacting. And I'll try to make your stay as comfortable as it can be. And we'll also try to enrich your knowledge and also give you the best of the education in the field of insolvency and bankruptcy. Some of you may be aware of insolvency and bankruptcy, some of you may not be aware. But I assure you, when you pass out from IICA at the end of 2 years course, you will be totally a perfect professional in the field of insolvency and bankruptcy. I have got the pleasure of introducing the Director General and CEO of Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. Shri Praveen Kumar is the Director General and CEO of Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs since 31st December 2021. He has done a BTech and MTech both from IIT Kanpur, very prestigious institute, and MPhil in social science from Punjab University. I really wonder as to how he reached Punjab University to his MPhil. I'll just ask him when I get some time. Punjab University is in other part of the country, and he is basically from other part of the He also has done a PGDPA from Inaugural University and PGDPA from Indian Institute of Public Administration. He is a 1987 batch retired IAS officer, a Tamil Nadu cadre, and has had various responsibilities in Government of Tamil Nadu and Government of India in multiple departments such as finance, elections, industries, education, corporate affairs, new and renewable energy, etc. He has also headed a number of state and central public sector enterprises, including Tamil Nadu Magnetside Limited and Tamil Nadu Steels Limited as MD, and Tamil Nadu Power Finance Corporation as Chairman and Managing Director. Solar Energy Corporation of India as Chairperson, and Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency as Chairman and Managing Director, apart from acting as nominee director in a number of state PSUs and public-private partnership companies. He has also had memberships in the boards, councils, board of governors of various education-related institutions such as the AICT. You are aware, AICT is the regulator along with the UGC, IIMs, IITs, IISERs, and the UGC committees. He retired from Government of India as Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in June 2021. A really coveted position for a civil servant. Apart from getting various awards from media and civil society organizations for his work as Chief Electoral Officer, Tamil Nadu in the period 2010 to 2014, for conduct of totally free and fair elections in the period. He was also awarded the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration for the year 2019. It's really one of the prestigious awards for a civil servant to be honored with. or to be comforted with. For his role in acting as Prabhari Officer of Aspirational District Virudhunagar in Tamil Nadu, which saw the district attain the #1 position amongst all aspiration districts. Let's extend a very warm welcome. I request DG and CEO of ISA to kindly address. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Before I start, I would like to do something about you. So I'll go one by one. It's a painful process. But just your name, from where you have studied, what you have studied, and which place you belong to. So many times, place you studied from, which place you belong to. Start from there. Consider the teacher is here. Oh, Chennai.
I did my law in Shastra.
Okay. Oh, that's the first posting as a filter. Last time was yeah. Then we did law. Yeah. Pune. I'm from Mazariba.
I'm from Bangalore. Shabra. Shabapatnam.
Oh, DSL. DSL is now our new partner.
Yes, sir.
We are going to launch some courses in LLM courses. Okay.
Yeah, so my name is Abhishek Kedia. I'm from West Bengal. I did my law from GLC Mumbai.
My name is Rishika Arora. I'm from Prayagraj and I did my law from Banasri Vidyapith.
I'm Ayush Gupta and I'm from Delhi. I've done my law from Bennett University.
Thanks.
Thanks.
My name is Percy. My hometown.
Good.
So my name is Freedom and I'm from Bangalore. My law from KD Law College, Bangalore. My name is Kaushal. I'm from Bangalore. I'm from
Sorry, but
yeah. So my name is Shani Murari. I'm from Bangladesh. I've done my graduation in law from Bennett.
Hello sir, my name is Aditya and I'm from Raipur and I have done my law from Raipur. My name is and I'm from Manipur and I did my law from University of Delhi.
you are still there.
I'm sure. Done my law from St. Moses Law School.
I'm Spajna. So, sir, my name is Swati. I'm from Hyderabad. I did my law from Mahatma Gandhi Law School. That's my name. Good morning, sir. My name is Sanidhi. I will be from Hyderabad and my dad from China.
I understand because you were new, so you were sticking to your hometowns. I know. Yeah.
Good morning sir, my name is Rajat Bansal. I'm from Delhi and I'm a professor.
Good morning, sir. My name is Saman. I'm from Bangalore. I'm studying at St. Joseph's College from Bangalore.
What?
St. Joseph's Law.
Good morning, sir. My name is Sumit Chimbalkar. I am from Mumbai. I completed my law from Pune University and postgraduate LLM from MLM Mumbai. So my name is Sunal Agre. I'm from Mumbai. I have completed my LLM from Mumbai University and LLM from Maharashtra University.
Okay. Over here. No? Pune University. Bhopal is the Pune University.
My name is from the government institute.
BTech is my here. Automation.
Good morning, sir. My name is Balan and I did my BTech from UPS in chemical engineering. And then I did my MBA from Inaugural Training Center.
Okay.
Good morning sir, And that I'm going to do. I am having a
Chartered accountant.
I am Smita, and I graduated my law in Gateway School of Production.
Hello.
My name is Pavani. I was from completed my BBA in different fields. I'm from Chennai. I did my law in School of Excellence in Law, Chennai.
Solar is another place, right? Very compared to that, compared to the law university, law projects. Two extremes.
So my name is Sanjana. And I come from here.
Okay.
So my name is Shri Abdul Law University.
One you are from Gurgaon, but you expect to stay here. Don't run away. Campus education is more than the class. So if you keep on running home, so the education will remain hard. But that is part of the essential part of the education. Especially that was special for her because places the tendency will be there to go home.
So I with my dad's office is right across the campus.
Don't run away there.
I am with the I'm sorry, I'm from Kuchia, with my God. I said my doctor.
Yes.
Sir, I have a graduation from Guru, and I'm from UP.
With one child.
I'm a teenager. No doubt. University of South.
My name is Suresh. I have completed my BA.
बोल गया मैं ना Okay. So how many have come? Given
Sir, for
40. Some more will be joining you as because of ways some problem they're not able to come time. Some will be joining next week.
we have received some mails that the price.
Right. Okay, now seeing the breakup, you must have seen the preponderance of law graduates here. With few engineers, few chartered accountants, company secretaries. Company secretaries also are deemed to be half lawyers from the university. They are delicious. Now, because why I am telling you, it's a very issue why I am. Insolvency, if you see, it's like there are two things in that. One thing is the law part. Many of you will be knowing law part. Other thing is how to turn around the company, how to revive a company, which involves a lot of finance, which many of the lawyers may not be so confident about. Business finance, this, that. This problem we faced in the previous matches that if they're going ahead with elementary law class and all the lawyers will say, what is this? This is not and once we come to finance, then others will say to Pachawa, it's a child's play, but lawyers will say you're not understanding this finance. This time we have taken a call. But while for the first month, while for the forenoon, next week it will be the same for both of you. Now, afternoon we will have two streams. The lawyers will be taught maths and finance, how to Excel. What is balance sheet? Look at balance sheet. While others, we taught about elementary law. I mean, that's 1 month is not enough. 1 month of half-day class is not enough, but it will at least won't make you think what is this Greek Roman being taught here, when some other subject is being taught. So this time you might be divided into two groups. One group is quite big, other group is smaller. So that by the start of the second month, all of you will be in a position to have a common classes, go ahead, and then have, of course, queries you can always ask later. So welcome all. This is the introduction I want to take. Welcome all to the IICA campus. How many had heard of IICA before thinking of GIP or hearing of GIP? We had heard. Was your okay. Which course? ABC course. It's a 3 months course. You had heard. You had heard. See, IICA is a government of India institution, autonomous institution in the government of India, and perhaps must be the only institution which looks exclusively at corporate business. IIMs look at the management part of business. IT is of course the technology, but the corporate governance part, corporate defense part, which I think must be the only institution with that. Others do deal in this area. Normally they leave it to the company secretaries to deal with whatever corporate law issues are there. So our objective has been capacity building of the corporates. They are our clients. Research and development of professionals in various areas. GIP being one of them. Insolvency professionals. Similarly, have CSR professional course. New thing is ESG professional course. All those things. So we develop professionals advanced based on IC certification. They become employable in corporates on that area of work. GIP is a program unique. I think I've been lucky to hear about it, apply for it, and get selected because many people don't know about it. And because of that, young graduates miss out on opportunities which is there. This next 2 minutes I'd like to explain why this is so. It's part of the some of the speech is there in the brochure which you saw. That normally in the law, under the law, becoming an insolvency professional is you have to have 10 years of experience, or 15 years of experience depending on your background. Then only, I mean, basically they mean your hair should have gray because before you can become an insolvency professional. But the regulator, IBBI, rightly thought that we need young blood in this area. Instead of having people where what happens with age, while wisdom grows, innovation comes down. Thinking process becomes stunted. You tend to get move on the track which you have known to try to think of innovative ways, change the track, find innovative solutions. And insolvency is nothing but finding innovative solutions. Your problem is the case, you have to solve it to the best interest of the stakeholder. I won't go much, but I'm not an expert on insolvency. I'm sure Divanji is here. We will have a lot of insolvency stuff into you so that you get tired of insolvency, so I don't want to go. At the end of the course, not at the end of the course. but so this, they created a window for young people, lawyers, engineers, professionals, masters in some areas, who can become an insolvency professional straight away. So they thought of very, very distinguished panel of working group, which thought of this 2-year course to be there. 1 year on the campus, 1 year in the field. After which you will be eligible to become an insolvency professional student instead of waiting for 10 years. So they chose IICA as the first for experimenting. We are the 5th batch. 3 batches have completed, 4th batch is in the field. And to our surprise, as a surprise, we found there's a big demand for GIP field. And I did a rough back of the envelope calculation. The returns on investment for you as a GIP professional is better than IIM Ahmedabad. Tell you why. IIM Ahmedabad, the fees presently for 2-year programs is 31 lakhs. And the average salary one guy gets after campus placement is 38 lakhs. So basically, if you take a loan of 31 lakhs, you will return, you will be able to return in 1.6 months of your job. You will return the money, provided you don't eat anything. But I mean, that's the calculation. You will be able to return in 1.6 months, 1.3 months, 1.3 years. Sorry. Here, the fees were 12 lakhs, and the average salary was 15 lakhs. Last year it was 16 only. Last year it was 16 also. Last year. So again, it's the same 1.3, 1.4, but the small catch, which I am about. Our internship normally is not free. The companies pay 50 to 60,000 per month average, some maybe 30, some maybe 80 also. These are the ones companies also. So apply proper butter to him whenever he says. So, and he has been a tremendous guide for this course. You see, in such a company where only here in the newspapers and coming all the way from Mumbai to practice. They're becoming more and more and advisors. So to get back 6 lakhs in this, after 12 lakhs, to get back 6 lakhs, the average. Some may get 4 lakhs, some may get 8 lakhs. You never worry about the person who gets 8 lakhs. See what you get. So 6 lakhs. So out of 12 lakhs, 6 lakhs only is the net fees you get. Out of 6 lakhs, we will get an average salary of 15 lakhs. So basically 2.5 times. So within 6 months of your salary, you will be able to pay off your whatever loan you have taken. That's what I'm saying. Because ROI is better than institutional management. All of everyone gets a placement, except I'll be frank, 1 or 2 at the end, because the choices are very restricted. They want only Gurgaon, only Mumbai, only Pune, and they want only this kind of a company. Suppose they want only Manipur. There is a problem because I don't know how many Manipur companies might come. So that gets while they get a job, they don't accept jobs because they think that I'll try to get something else. But everyone gets a job. And some of the first batch professionals have now made a name in the field also. They have become experts. They are doing 15 to 16 insolvency. And here, most of your lawyers, some lawyers go high, start charging 6.5 lakhs per sitting. Some lawyers keep on working in the courts, the high courts, district courts. So that's better. So here also in insolvencies, a lot of people go out, become famous insolvency professionals, charging fees in crores, percentage, those and all that. Others will be working with firms, big firms. So that is so there is no job insecurity if you come here. And now understand why some have done LLBs and LM and coming here. It's always better off than colleagues who have gone to the court after doing their LLBs. This campus is a small campus, and fortunately or unfortunately, there is no attraction outside the campus. There are no malls that you have to go to program. There are no pubs, nothing. So, but inside the campus, we have tried to make it quite engaging. We have a good gym, good sports facility, badminton, billiards. There's a football ground also, for volleyball, etc. Basketball court. Tennis court is coming up. So all those things are there. Many of you would have done some job in coming years. Many of you would be coming straight to college. My request to all of you, this is based on experience with the previous batches. Treat it as an educational institution. Don't treat it as a parking place for getting a job. So all the norms of educational institution will apply. Like coming on time in the class, attending all the classes. Some cases we have seen that people have not come to the classes for a very time. So we have taken action. Now we have started taking action. Make it more streamlined so that once you go out, people should, besides Devanji's company should say, okay, they're from IC to work, they are disciplined. Oh, IC is the IN. They don't work, work from home, they stay inside. Keep on saying Netflix on their office computer. That should not be the message which goes about the institution. And even brand ambassadors. First batch, many of you would have known you previous coming, some of you at least heard of it. They would advise you. So please take it seriously. I am treating you with adults outside the class timings, outside the timings where you're supposed to be here. We are not having this check out of the, if you want to go to Gurgaon for a movie on a weekend, you have to take permission and all that. So that kind of treating you with adults. Treat us also as adults. If बच्चे हैं इनको तो don't. So please, and you must have seen that all of you have come from various parts of the country. Right to this is a good opportunity, this friendship which you make here, as you have made in colleges, is going to sustain you long. Because this is the profession. Say the professional friendship is longer than plain vanilla college friendships, where you go to different professions, then you forget nothing to change. So don't try to restrict Bangalore, Hyderabad, engineers together. So please try to mix. I think initially it's natural to stick to your own, you can speak in your own language, speak in exchange notes. Look at the story, I hope. I treat each other as your support systems. You are your biggest support system. We try to see our faculty in GIP is inside faculty. What we leverage is of the best in the country and the world. Mukam and so initially the basic things we use are initial orientation, initial issues on insolvency. After that, you will see people of the caliber of NCRT members, Mr. Divanji, international faculty, they won't come here because it's too costly for us. You have to increase your fees to but they come online. And my door is, my room is just the reception, so I am a receptionist. So any problem you have, you can always access to the GIP staff. Yama is there. Yama is there. She is the workhorse of the GIP. All the mails have been sent to you. Dr. Dingara Tennessee also in administration. It says that he makes various committees of you for helping us. The best committee. Every month is reconstituted where you decide the menu. You decide the menu. Don't decide I have caviar or something. But okay, menu basis. First. So there are placement committees, there are internship committees. So you do a lot of, it's a kind of a training ground for interacting with Urbana. We have a session with everyone. So, yeah, Neeraj is there. Neeraj, so he is newly joined. He just joined around 1 week back. 10 days back. So these two people are there who will be helping around. First call as far as JP program is concerned. There's warden, Mr. Malik is there. He will be addressing separately the many issues regarding hostels, food, and Abhijit, IT issues are there. Hemant is there. All are there. So they'll be there at your service. We are trying to keep GIPs, they must have heard, let's say, earlier GIP used to take place downstairs, that GIP should be given a separate area, so I call it the GIP. So here, so separately, peacefully when our classes, others won't disturb you. With that, I wish you the best. I hope 2 years from now, when you leave, you'll go as happy as you are now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the inspiring words. My dear students, let me share with you as to what is the commitment of our DG towards TA. We received the result from IUPS and our staff was struggling to give the result a final shape and put the merit in place. There are reservations for different categories of the students. And we were basically acting as a nodal agency for NRIUs. When the staff was struggling and staff was not in a position to compile the result, and the students were desperate to get their results, know as to when are they expected to be called for the group discussion interview.
And if you're not going to build that commercial bent of mind, firms like EY or the law firms will find it very difficult to employ. Our own experience of the past batch which got recruited is that if you maintain a lawyer mind frame, I'm talking about the lawyers first because they are the majority and you have to respect them. Talk about the lawyers. If they keep throwing the law book at you, no resolution firm will find you useful, not even the law firms. Because there are enough people in the law firm who know IBC Act. And by the way, as I said, when we started with the first batch to today, the law has matured. The case studies are built. We know the answers. How are you able to think commercially in the given jurisprudence? How I will in terms of whether you are capable of. Secondly, I've seen over here, so I came a little late, so I only saw people from this one. But the engineer spoke the most assertively. I could see it in that. I will be like, otherwise, work on your communications. A very important fact is how confident are you in saying whatever you say? How are you able to deal with various people? With your communications. Some people will take longer, right? The law students will take longer to learn accounting and the accounting students will take longer to learn law. Similarly, the guys who are communicating better will be easier to communicate to. People who have to work on it, have to work on it. But the whole idea, as Vijay also said, treat this as an educational institution. What are you here for? You are here for improving in areas where you are not proficient yourself. This is the one here where you should accept what are the areas where I need to work on to become a holistic professional. Because what is the industry looking for? And I will say this industry is not looking for an insolvency professional. The industry is looking for an all-round stress asset manager. Are you able to become that all-round person? So the accountants and the company secretaries, you have to have a good understanding of the law. Because believe me, in my situation, the amount of times I have challenged the lawyer is not funny. Because the lawyer thinks lawyer. Let's litigate. I will say, no, Baba, let me first fly the Goa plane in the air. That is slightly more important than litigating with somebody which will take 10 years. And in 10 years, all my pilots will leave and I cannot fly the aircraft. The commercial sense that needs to come in you. Sorry, Goa is on top of the mind because I'm dealing with it now. But similarly, DHFS, same issue. You look at the case studies. Unless you maintain the franchise and make it commercially viable and operational, there is no way in hell are you going to be able to maximize value for your stakeholders. And what are stakeholders looking for? The stakeholders are looking at you to maximize value. For that, just the knowledge of law is not enough. Just the knowledge of accounting is not enough. Just the knowledge of technology is enough. You have to have a good working knowledge of everything because mind you, when you run organizations, you will have professionals who are better than you at that job. You will hire a lawyer who knows law better than you. You will hire an accountant or finance guy who knows finance better than you. You will employ an engineer who will know engineering better than you. But you will have adequate knowledge to sit on top of them and take good commercial decisions. Neither the lawyer nor the engineer nor the accountant will fool you. Because you have the ability and the interpersonal skill to develop it. What is your job? As an insolvency professional or a part of an insolvency team, you are dealing with a bunch of shareholders who are extremely frustrated. The lenders are frustrated because they haven't got paid. The employees are frustrated because there is no prospect and no salary. The suppliers are frustrated because they're supplying goods and their working capital is stuck. The customers are frustrated because they are not able to use the services of that company as they were earlier. So what's your situation? तुम तो mess में पड़ गए. First of all, value is always created out of chaos. Wherever there is chaos, you will make money. Arbitrage तो वही होता है. अगर कंपनी अच्छी तरह से चल रहा है तो क्या आर्बिट्राज है? 8-9% का रिटर्न है, 20% का रिटर्न कब बनता है? ROE, you guys all experts. ROE कब बनता है? Only when the situation is uncertain and there is some complexity to be gotten. And what is your value add? Is to streamline and see method in this madness. I'm talking much about law, much about accounting, much about technology. उससे ऊपर आओ, and the whole 1 year you should build that mindset in a way that you turn out to be good stress resolution professionals. And when you are a good stress resolution professional, I can assure you, you will be the best insolvency professional. And this field is now getting very, very wide. It started with saying we have to take some cases to insolvency. And it started, by the way, nobody was willing to take cases to insolvency. So RBI ने एक dozen case पकड़ा, called the 20,000 and said you can settle with SR and all those others. उसके बाद और 28 केस पकड़ा, इनको ले जाओ. And then the gravy train started. But then every banker said the only solution, connection to everything, is to NCLT. And then we had NCLT, our courts filled up, and nothing could get resolved. Then there were delays. And see what was that? What is the situation today? Same bankers are saying, should I take it to NCLT or not? Case in point, Byju's. Severe default that has happened, have the lenders taken it to NCLT? Who took go ahead to insolvency? Not the lenders. Who? Voluntary. Correct. So who? The company. The reason is everybody is now sitting back and thinking, hey, I'm looking into service industry. Service industry has zero assets. Insolvency is the cover. Zero. Correct. Byju's, classic. What is the valuation of Byju's? 3.4. Markdown value, क्या है? 3.4 billion dollars. What did it used to be?
Somewhere around 8 or 9.
22 billion dollars.
22, yeah.
So 22 billion dollars was the valuation of it. And what does it have? It's sitting on a 1.2 billion dollar debt default. Correct? Valuation क्या है? शीशे का घर है. उसको पत्थर तोड़ने से क्या होगा? इंश्योरेंस रेट में क्या मतलब है? But resolution चाहिए 100%. Are Byju's lenders frustrated? Yes, they are. Are the shareholders upset? Yes, they are upset. They resigned. Have the auditors resigned? Yes. Is there a stressful situation that needs to be resolved? Yes. Will we ultimately take it to NCLT after having a resolution? Possibly, yes. But what is your role? Thinking through that solution today. How does a Byju's get resolved? How do you manage the lenders? How do you deal with the promoters? How do you get the shareholders back on the table? How do you preserve that Shishe ka bungalow? Which has already come down from 22 billion to 4 billion or whatever. That's important. So your thinking has to be more to say, how am I taking a company out of a particular mess situation? It could be anything. It should be because, could be because of mismanagement, changing business models, bad management, management itself being bad, industry trends changing, customer preferences changing, could be whatever. Your job is to identify those problems, not necessarily all answers are legal. I can assure you, when it gets legal, you actually destroy value. You have to catch it before it gets legal. That requires a commercial knowledge. Please spend the next 1 year building on that commercial knowledge to understand how it works. Tech guy will be much better in a position to say how a shop floor works or how the technology interface works. You will not know it. Use him, leverage him to understand technology better. But he at the same time will not know how the accounting is working. But बेजू का revenue गया किधर? वो accountant को पता है. अच्छा lender और क्या action ले सकता है? वो lawyer को पता है. But when you sit together and try and increase your levels of skill deficiencies that you have, is when you will learn more and more. So spend that 1 year in trying to become those skill professionals. That is when the job market will recognize your skill. And then job market will welcome. There is a whole private credit market that's coming up now, which is basically going to fund stress transactions before NCA. In fact, I have a lecture with RBI, that's what Dr. Dingra was saying. I have a lecture with RBI tomorrow where I'm actually talking to bankers, telling them that, boss, there is going to be a private credit market that is developed mushroom just because of the insolvency and the bankruptcy code. Earlier, there was no creditor protection in India. With insolvency and bankruptcy code, there is creditor protection. And hence, different classes of creditors are coming to India now. Earlier, the high yielding credit, 15-18% credit, is not coming to India because they don't have a choice. Kya karenge? But now that is increasingly coming. You may have read of a transaction in the papers. By the way, everybody should read business papers every day. Absolutely every day. Sapurji Balanji has just raised 14,000. I'm only talking about this. 14,000 crores they are raising at a yield of 18%. That is a stress situation. Because Sapurji has to repay an existing loan commitment and has no choice but to raise money at 18%. Because the assets will yield them money later than when their liabilities are due. That's the situation. Much before an IBC process starts. But somebody is going to come and fund it. He will need your help. How will the credit be structured? What kind of legal nuances we need to take care of? And why are people willing to fund 14,000 crores to him now? Because they know that there is creditor protection available in terms of the bankruptcy. If the IBC did not exist, nobody would have come and funded this kind of money. You have to understand the importance of what law has done and the jurisprudence has built over time. I remember, I'll tell you this, I'll end this in like 2 minutes, but I'll tell you the very first case that happened. So it was not IBC, there was something called a strategic restructuring under RBI scheme, where RBI said we'll take over control from the existing promoter, allow a change in control, the bankers will do a change in control, and give it to another person and restructure it. Exactly how IBC operates. So I went with this promoter of a large company to meet State Bank of India. And when we went to State Bank of India, and this is there, by the way, earlier promoters were supreme. Nobody could touch the promoter. There was no law. Only RBI had come out with this one circular. This is 2015. RBI had just come out with this one circular. And me and this guy were sitting with the BMD at SBI. And that guy said, if you do not pay your loans, I will take over your company under the RBI. And this guy was arrogant. I will drop the keys on your table, sir. Take over. Knowing very well that nahi lega. Banker ne kabhi kiya nahi. As I earlier in the line. At that time, that SBI guy quoted this circular and said, under this circular, I can actually take it over legally. That's my right. Kaun karta hai? He came down from SBI and we sat in the car and this guy looks at me worriedly and says, ye le lega kya company? That was the first sign that I've seen a promoter actually get scared of a creditor. And with IBC coming in, so many people have lost control. SR, Bhushan Steel, Bhushan Power and Steel, large companies who could never have thought that they would have had to sell their plants. Had to. It's happened. So Nasli Wadia would never have sold gold to go ahead. Kapil Vadhavan would have never sold DHFL. These were forced into action. And this will happen going forward. Because now creditors feel comfortable that that asset can actually belong to me. And I have a bigger right than the equity guy. In all these situations, equity has got zero. Promoters got wiped out. So now the creditor confidence in this country is growing up, and hence pools of capital are flowing. And pools of capital will come and fund stress. You have to play a much larger role than just insolvency. Insolvency could be a way to achieve the same. So somebody would put a company, if a promoter is not willing to get out of the company, put a company in insolvency. What did Goyal do? Voluntary liquidation, as you said. What did he do? Said, my aircraft are going to be taken over by the lessors. My value will become zero. Let me put it in insolvency. Let there be protection available against creditors. And then I will put in the right person to revive the company and get it back. So there is a hope than saying that let my assets just vanish. That hope is insolvency. The IBC Act. So the Act becomes extremely important now for everybody. And mind you, the same lessors who wanted to take the planes back may actually end up making more money if Goa actually flies. The law itself is evolving and there are a lot of interpretations happening. Hence, we have a judicial delay. But in the UK, it took 15 years for the law to mature. Give us some time. But again, ambiguity and chaos is where your opportunity lies. So be happy sometimes that the ambiguity exists. Okay. With that, I welcome you and please show the like kind of enthusiasm all the way through this 1 year and in your internships. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Devanji, for sharing your knowledge with the students. Well, you are aware that there was a list of 12 cases which was referred by Reserve Bank of India for the first time in 2018. And I gather that Mr. Devanji has been associated in almost all the cases of the first list of 30,000 cases. And surprisingly, it's quite surprising. It was amazing for me. I mean, it was quite pleasant surprise to see that Mr. Devanji was involved in Lehman Brothers fiasco also, which happened when 2008 end. 2008 end, a fiasco taking place in the US. Mr. Devanji was involved. Do you talk of any case? Huh?
Lehman Brothers.
Sorry,
Yes.
Lehman.
The way you were saying he was involved in this.
He
I was involved in the resolution, not the fiasco.
Lehman Brothers involved means he was associated in the insolvency and bankruptcy process. So he is a great personality, always ready to do anything which we request him, whether he's in India or he's traveling overseas, whether he's sitting in his car or whether he's sitting in his office. He forgets about all the important jobs and he comes to our call whenever we need him. You'll find him interacting with you on many occasions in the days to come. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for sharing your knowledge. And I welcome you all again on behalf of IIC, on behalf of Ministry of Corporate Affairs, on behalf of I also. And I'm sure the way DG has said, we'll try to see that in case you are with the law background, we strengthen your finance related acquisition, and in case you are with the commerce background, we'll try to strengthen your legal acquisition, and we'll try to see that we impart the best of the facilities and best of the education to you. And I'll be talking to you in detail, whatever committees are to be constituted, whatever has been our experience in the last 4 batches tomorrow morning. Now, it's time for you to break for tea, but before that, I also want to thank your parents who have reposed the confidence in ISCA and sponsored your education to study in our institute. Thank you very much. You can take your tea and come back in 10-15 minutes time. Now after that, because it's a change the schedule now.